been on this break. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
yep. Oh, it's just now starting. We didn't go live. That's all good. All right. Welcome. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques.
Hawk, can you hear me, Hawk?
Jacques.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Hawk.
Can't hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. I can hear
Okay.
you
All
now.
right.
You good. You
Technical
good.
difficulties.
You
Okay.
good.
All right. We're
Hey.
gonna do this again. Welcome. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques.
Hawk.
Jacques.
Hawk.
What's up, y'all? What is good? What is going on? We are back from a bye
Hawk,
week.
you going in and out. Can you hear me, Hawk? Can
I
you hear
am?
me?
No way. Really?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Might be a little loose
I don't
cord
know why
somewhere.
I'm going in and out. I'm not sure. That's weird. But
Yeah.
okay. I guess my microphone had a bye week and trying to get back.
Hey, everybody, the Titans fan base done had a bye week. Tennessee Titans Weekly had a bye week.
That's right.
We're getting back in the flow of things, guys. So we here. We here. So
Yep.
hey, interesting turn of events. We didn't go live at first. Then all of a sudden we go live. So hey, man, we here. We here. So
That's right. That's right, man.
definitely,
That's right.
definitely.
So yeah,
Awesome.
man. So who we got in the chat room?
Man,
we got what about Rob? What is good? What's popping?
Salute. Wrath of the
Titans.
Hey, we got
Jeremy
Jeremy
Squire. What's good?
Hey, salute.
We need this game. You're right.
Yes,
Keisha
sir.
Bible was good.
Hey, salute. We got Titan Torch in the building.
Man, Titans Torch in the building. What's good?
In the building.
Check us out for the post game with Titans Torch. We're gonna talk a bit more about that as well too. Welcome.
Great. We got Sean in the building. Hey, welcome. We got TA in the building. What up, TA?
The great
in the building.
What
TA.
is good, man?
Hey, we got Ian. Salute to Ian. So we in here.
Tally. What's
Hey,
good,
Jeremiah.
What's happening?
Jeremiah. Hey, we got Rocky. Hey, salute. Tighten up. Tighten
up, man. Tighten up. Jake
Hey, tighten up.
Who else we got? We got Ed Champ in the building. What is good? What is popping, bro? What is good, man? What is good? So for those in the chat, man, hey, thank you all for joining in on the show, man. We got a great one today. As you all know, the Tennessee Titans. Oh, we got a super chat. We got a super chat. Who's this? JT Terry. What's he saying in his comment?
He says, always watching only about the second time I've made it to a live chat. But tighten up, fellas. Keep up the great content. Hey, salute.
Hey, man.
Thank you,
JT Terry. Chat. We appreciate it.
Thank you. This goes back into the thing. Hey.
Boom.
Hey,
thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. We appreciate it, man. Hey,
thank
salute.
you, JT. Thank you, man. Thank you. So we're here today again. The Tennessee Titans face the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans currently are the number 2 team in the AFC, and going against a Jaguar team that's struggling at the moment. They just got beat this past week, pretty bad actually. But Jacksonville's one of those teams you just never know, And so what we want to do today, we do have a special guest here today. And it is with the JAGROAR podcast. You got to check them out, man. It's our guy, Andrew. We're going to bring him on. So if there's any Jag fans in the comments, hey, man, bring it on. Welcome to the show as well. Duval County, we here. We see you, man. Duval. So without further ado, Andrew, what is good, man? Andrew.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on the show, man.
Absolutely.
Doing great.
Absolutely. So welcome as well. Thank you for joining the show. Do you want to talk a bit about your podcast and everything, man, the JAGROAR podcast?
Yeah, I used to live in Florida. I'm a Navy brat, so I've kind of lived up and down the East Coast, but was a Jags fan essentially when they became a team in 1995. So back in the old days with Mark Brunell, Natron Means, Keenan McCardell, Jimmy Smith. And we had a lot of great games against you guys. You disappointed us many times, so I figured it's a big rivalry. I'm coming into the belly of the beast right now, but I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. I always like talking some football.
Absolutely. You want to say anything about your social media handle, man, on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter?
Yeah, you can follow me. I'm on YouTube. I do have put all my podcast episodes out on YouTube. And I'm on Twitter. You can follow me on at Jaguar Podcast, also Instagram and TikTok. And, you can follow me pretty much on all podcast platforms. I put my episodes out there as well.
Cool. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Nice.
We got some more comments in the section, shot.
Yes, sir. We got Nemesis in the building. Tighten up. We got Jax Briggs. Jax, I think not a Jags fan, are you?
Nah, he's a Titans fan. I think he lives in Jacksonville, I think. But what up, Jax Briggs?
Hey, what's up? Mari, salute. Tighten up. He said, I'm here. Yes, I be working like crazy. Glad to join. Tighten up.
Tighten up, baby. Tighten up.
Hendrick Denry. Here we go.
Eric Denry.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Hey, yes, sir. Tighten up, baby. There you go. So,
hey, if you have not checked out Titan Anderson's show, please do that. Same with Titans Torch as well. Check their shows out. Definitely.
Titans Torch. He holds it down on Instagram, so go follow him on Instagram as well for Titans news and everything.
That's right.
Brings the fire. So salute to that, bro.
Really does. All right, so we got 16 people in the chat, so that's great as always. Again, thank you all for joining the show. So we're gonna get started here. So the Tennessee Titans, they come in, here with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags do come here to Nashville to play the Titans here. Starting for the game, of course, the Titans this week. They are a 9.5-point favorite against the betting odds. So looking at this game, Jacksonville, have had some struggles this year, and we already played them a few weeks ago. I think week 8, and we beat the Jags in Jacksonville. So Jacques, so I wanted to ask you first. I'm gonna ask you this first, and then Andrew, we're gonna pass the microphone to you. So we already beat them. Is it possible again? And if so, how can we beat the Jacksonville Jaguars?
So it's always any given Sunday. We know that, right? Any team can win. It's just any given Sunday. But you asked me, can we beat them again? And I'm going to say, yes, you can, right?
Yep.
I think with the injury list getting a little lighter, we got some players back today that has come back, key players at that, with Julio Jones. I want to say Rashaan Evans practiced today. You got Golden Tate who's practicing. You got several pieces that are coming back. And I feel like when we played them the last time, we were okay. We still won the game, matter of fact. But the past 2 games we've been on a 2-game losing streak, okay? Coming off from a bye where you're mentally fresh, where you're physically fresh, where everybody's refreshed, and it feels like I think the fan base is refreshed. Yes, you can beat the Jaguars again. The Jaguars just got demolished by the Rams. And it's just right now the Jaguars are trying to figure themselves out, right? New coaching staff, new quarterback, just new everything. You still got a couple pieces from that nice 2017 defense. But I feel like the last game, even though we lost against the Patriots, the Titans found their identity with the run game, right? We know that's our identity, is to run the ball. You see what the Patriots did, right? We ran for 200 yards against a stout Patriots defense. So that kind of gives me confidence to say, hey, we can come in here, stick to our identity where Tannehill doesn't have to throw 30 or 50 times a game to actually win a game. And let's get back to our identity. Then you add Julio Jones to that piece. So you ain't got Nick Akina Westbrook and what's the other kid's name that played last week? Cody Hollister. You don't have those guys out there playing, right? So you got a premier receiver that, hey, he might get double teams, but he still can make plays, right? And it allows other players to eat. Like I said, the run game. So we're getting pieces back on offense. Also defense. Rashaan Evans comes back. So Monty Rice is not out there, which he's hurt. I get it. But you get Rashaan Evans, who comes back, who's good at the run game, stopping the run, and he's okay in the pass game as well. So you're getting key pieces back to where it can help you win this game. And like I said, the Jaguars are right now, they're trying to figure themselves out. So you don't know what you're going to get with them. So, yes, we can ultimately win them and beat them again and sweep them, I think, maybe for the 2nd year in a row or maybe even 3rd year in a row. So, yes, we can beat them. That's how we can beat them.
Gotcha. Okay, facts. No paper, Jacques. I agree. So, Andrew, I want to ask you as well, and we'll flip the question on the other side of it too. So, on the Jags, of course, and some of their weaknesses and things, and and knowing a bit about the Titans as well. What are some of the ways you think that the Titans could actually beat the Jags? What are some things that the Jags sort of have as weaknesses that we can expose?
Yeah, I think it's going to lie in the secondary. I think if you guys create mismatches, especially with a rookie corner that we have, Tyson Campbell. You line Julio Jones up against him if he comes back and he's, healthy, which it sounds like he's going to be. That could be a bad situation for Jacksonville. So I think really it's about creating mismatches. Our secondary is banged up. Shaq Griffin, one of our ace corners, is coming back, but he's, coming back off a concussion injury, so he may be not 100%. So maybe Julio has some plays against him, or again, you create a mismatch and you line him up against Tyson Campbell, rookie corner, and there could be some deep balls that he gives up, some big plays.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha. Okay. Good point.
What about you, Hawk?
So, and when we look at Campbell, the rookie, he's I see that as an opportunity. Even Claybrooks is from Nashville. He actually went to my alma mater, and so that's what I look at too as a secondary. And let's look at some of these comments. Titan Rossi, what's good? What up, fella? What's going on? Hey, I love the logo, bro. Love the logo.
Logo's killer.
Logo's dope.
Yep.
Logo's dope. Who else we got in the comments, Jacques?
We got
Jeremiah Pete Wickle. Jeremiah, what's good? And
Hey.
it's Damon Beverly. You're right. Get them likes up, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Durka time.
Durka time. So I think this, man, with the Titans, we are getting players back. Okay. And, the injuries have always been a concern for me this year. Okay. Especially with the King not being out there. We got key players as well. And, but Jacksonville as well lately, since they've played us, their offense has stunk. I mean, I look at Trevor Lawrence. He's only had 1 touchdown in 5 games, right? He's struggling right now. James Robinson hasn't had 100 yards rushing since he faced us. He lit us up, but he has struggled ever since. And I know early, about a game or so after that, he got hurt. So I think he's still trying to come back. You got Carlos Hyde out there. Yeah, right. Yeah, he don't scare anybody. DJ Shark, he's out. So right now they're leaning on Marvin Jones and Laviska Shenault. Those guys there. They're doing okay. They're doing all right. But I just don't think Jacksonville has enough firepower versus our defense. Despite the fact that we've lost 2 games, our defense has been still holding it down at the end of the day. We still have done a very good job despite a lot of injuries, in particular Bud Dupree, okay? We might not be sacking the quarterback at a higher rate like we had been, but we're still holding teams at a decent amount of points for the most part, okay? Jacksonville is 26th in the league in offense, okay? They do not generate a lot of points. Even on defense, they give up a lot of points. They gave up 37 points to the Rams. They made Odell Beckham feel like he was back in New York. He was dancing. He was reviving himself against the Jags. I was like, what's going on with Odell? He's back at it, right? He's back at it. So this should be a get-back game for the Titans, okay? This should be we've been on the bye week. Ryan Tannehill was in Hawaii somewhere with his wife relaxing, like getting his stuff off his mind. It's like, hey, guys, it's back to business, y'all. It's been a long stretch. The Vanderbilt Hospital has been lined up with Titan players getting healthy and everything. We got to get back at it. You know what I'm saying? So I think more than anything, Jacksonville on offense won't have enough power offensively to put up enough points. And I think even on defense, I heard Chason is struggling. He's not even starting right now. Like, what's going on with that, right? I think, that's the strength of their defense, in my opinion, is their linebackers, right? Josh Allen's a freaking beast. Miles Jack is a beast, right? But we can run on them because their defensive line is their weak. Their DBs are too, but the defensive line, they're a little bit short there on the defensive line. So I think if Derrick Henry was playing this game, oh, my God, that's all I'm going to say, man. But I just think we just have too much, man. I just, for right now, it is what it is, man. And be glad you ain't seeing the King, man. Be glad that ain't happening anymore right there, right? And I was there when that happened. Jacques was there too. Unbelievable, man. So that's what I think, man.
Exactly. Now, good stuff, man. We got Mark Jones in the building. Mark
Jones.
Up? Hey, tighten up, brother.
Mark Jones. Who? Mark Jones.
Tighten up. Hey, we got talking old Tuesday. Hey, salute. Tighten up. Tighten up. And we'll get to
about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to those questions sooner or later. We'll get to those questions. So we'll move to the next segment. So we always talk about on the show of how we can win, right? Now, how can we recreate what we've been doing in the past 2 weeks? And that's called losing, right? So, Andrew, I'm going to start with you first. How can the Jags beat the Titans?
I think I think it could be a situation where it could be a potential surprise game like the Bills. Um, if the Jags play aggressively, they send blitz packages like we did against Josh Allen, just sending pressure, getting pressure in Tannehill's face. If Taylor Lewin has a bad game and Josh Allen beats him, or Devon Smoot, wins some of those matchups, it could be a very long day for Ryan Tannehill. But he's got legs, so he can run too. He can get out of the pocket. It's all going to be about outside contain for Jacksonville too, not giving up any big run plays. But without having Derrick Henry, I think there's going to be a lot of emphasis on the passing game. So I think if we can lock down Julio Jones, it's gonna create some problems for you guys offensively. You're gonna have to maybe go to Westbrook, Hakeem more, and Tyson Campbell versus him. That could be an interesting matchup. Maybe Campbell wins some of those matchups. He's having, he had a better game against Atlanta. He had his first interception. So, that could be one to look out for. But I think it's just going to be playing aggressive, sticking to a consistent game plan. I mean, Urban Meyer has had that problem where he can't stick to a game plan. He gets behind early. They don't show up. We don't show up and play 4 quarters of football consistently. Then we abandon the run with James Robinson and start throwing the ball. And if we get behind early, that could be a problem. But if we stick to the running game, I think if we can, run some of that RPO, give the ball to Robinson, run it up the middle, get the defense tired out, that could create some problems for the Titans defense.
Nice. Great points.
Good points.
What about you, Hawk? How can the Titans mess this up for the third time?
Well, I know he talked about Urban Meyer and being focused and things. Urban Meyer likes to dance a little bit. He's had that.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
Had to throw that in there a little bit, right? You see his face, right? That's been his face all season, man. So, I look at it like this too. Okay. We still have a lot of injuries, folks. Okay. And I saw Julio practicing today. I saw some clips of him, and he's got the heat wrap. He's got the Ben Gay wrap on his leg right now, right? He's stretching like crazy right now. Okay. He's had hamstring injuries now for 2 years. Okay. And I can't sit there and say, oh, he looks ready, because he doesn't. He's going to be out there. He ain't got a choice because he was on IR for 3 games. And if he had been more, he'd be out for the season. So he has to play, right? So I don't know if he's going to be at 100%. I hope he does. And if more than anything, if he's out there, he can sort of be a smokescreen. But, I still feel we're going to put a lot of pressure on guys that were on the street 3 weeks ago. And it's going to be on Ryan Tannehill to make those plays. Now, I am, pretty confident in our run game right now. I mean, Hilliard and Deontay Foreman have done a great job so far running the ball. They did an unbelievable job against the New England Patriots. 270 yards rushing from 2 guys that were not even playing football 3 weeks ago, right? But Jacksonville does present a lot of speed on defense. They really do, especially with their linebackers. Josh Allen, the real Josh Allen, the guy that plays for the Jags, not the Bills. The Bills suck, by the way. Bills fans,
they do suck. They do
because
suck.
The Titans could be the number 1 seed right now. You couldn't even score a touchdown with a guy that only threw the ball 3 times in 9 yards. Are you freaking kidding me? Right?
Yeah, so, they got embarrassed.
They got embarrassed. Bill Belichick literally just pretty much disrespected him, man. He went to his house and put his dirty feet on the carpet, man, and said, "What are you gonna do about it? We're gonna run the ball all day. What you gonna do about it?" So, so that's another point. Okay, so I just think that the Jags possess a lot of speed on defense. The last few defenses we've played, especially the Patriots, they're not a fast defense. They're a technical defense, right? And they're a good defense. But, the fastest guy that had on the D-line, it was Judon, and that's it. You guys have a lot of ball players out there on defense, especially with your linebackers. So if Ryan Tannehill doesn't make the right throws, and if our receivers are not put in the right position and they don't make their plays, it can cause trouble for us. I'm going to tell you this. Listen, we lost to the freaking Texans, okay? There's only one team out of the playoffs in the whole entire league, and that's the Texans. And we lost to them jokers 2 weeks ago. So I'm not sleeping on the Jags. I'm not here bragging like, oh, we're going to beat them. I will say we should beat them. If we don't beat them, good boy. The post-game show, oh, my God. But I'm just saying, overall, we just need to be careful of their defensive playmakers. Miles Jacks, he makes plays. So does Josh Allen. Clavon Chason is out there at times, make plays. Just be careful of those guys, man. We neutralize them, we'll be fine. What about you, Jacques?
So for me, both of y'all, great points. Real great points. Solid points. And by the way, hey, salute to CJ AZ Cardinals fan. Hey, thank you for watching the show. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. So how can you lose to the Jags? What's happened in the last 2 games? We threw 4 interceptions. Well, no, we actually had 6 turnovers when we played the Texans. And I think we had maybe 3 turnovers? Was it 4 turnovers when we played the Patriots?
Yep.
Let's recreate that.
You hit, man.
Let's recreate that scenario against the Jags, and you keep them in the game, right?
Yep.
Like Andrew said, when they played the Bills, very, 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 very well. Pressure. That's all you see. You had pressure, and you had turnovers, equals an L, right?
Yep.
You can't win the game.
No paper.
With turnovers. You just can't do it. And in these past 2 games, really the whole season, we've had issues with turnovers, right? We've just been able to win games with those, right? We can eat those. But it finally caught up with us. But I feel if you come out and you recreate what you've been doing for the last 2 weeks, you will lose this game, okay? You will lose this game. Also, defensively, you come out flat. You underestimate, hey, all the Jags are this, that, and the third. You will lose this game, okay? So just to simplify it, turn the ball over if you want to. We're going to be on the post game pissed off. That's what we're going to be, pissed off. And Andrew's going to be like, hey, we got our third win of the season? Third win of the season. So, hey, try it if you want to. And then, like we said, we lost to the Texans, okay? I'm not underestimating no team. At this point, like I said at the beginning of the show, it's any given Sunday. Any team can win. Any team can come out flat. Any team can come out hot. It's one of those years where you don't know who's gonna win. You don't know how they're gonna win, right? We just seen a Monday night game where the Patriots beat them by running the Madden draw play. Okay, the Madden draw play for the whole game. That's all they did was draw. Matt Jones only threw 3 times. Okay, so it just you don't know what you're gonna see. This could be a high scoring game. The Jags ain't never put up 50 points in like almost 3 or 4 years. It could be a game where they come out hot. And I know Keisha mentioned it too, where we make rookie quarterbacks look like gods. So, I mean, try it if you want to. So that's my way how we can lose the game and lose to the Jags.
Yep. He's like, so Keisha, I'm a god, I guess, right? I'm a rookie, right? Well, sir, you haven't thrown but 1 touchdown in 5 weeks, sir. Hey.
Right. Yep. Right. Hey, Titans Toy said if we lose the Jags, you can find another guest for the post game.
That's good, Titans Torch. That's good, man. That's good.
Man.
That's good. That's good, man. So,
yeah, if you guys, if we beat you guys, I'm gonna do a Duval chant. If you guys,
hey, I would do it too.
I understand. Yeah, man.
I would definitely do it too.
Yep. So, in this game, of course, there are going to be key players, and let's look at some of the comments before we ask this question. Who else we got in the chat, Jacques?
Definitely. Let me go down here. Let me see what we got here. Hey, we got Kobe Montana. Salute. Tighten up.
You better not
like I said, hey,
you're right.
thank you, CJ, for watching the game. I mean, watching the show. We really appreciate that. Let me see. Let's see what we got here, Hulk. Let's see what we got here. Hey, CJ talking about I know how to lose to the Jags. Kick a 68-yard field goal. Wells before half. So that's what we got so far, man. That's a comment wise.
Yeah.
Got some good comments in here, man.
Yeah, always. So there should be some players that, will make this game interesting. And, I know we study both teams, of course. Of course, we know the Titans. We know the Jags. Been in our division since day one. And I'm sure you know about the Titans as well. So, Andrew, I'm going to throw this question to you, by the way. And check them out again. JAGROAR podcast. Check them out. So, is there a player on the Jacksonville Jaguars that we should be worried about as a Titans organization and fan group? Who should we be worried about?
Yeah, I think it's going to be hopefully James Robinson if Urban Meyer wakes up and realizes he has a 1,000-yard rusher on his team, and so I'm hoping it's Robinson. But It could also be, Laquan Treadwell, who had a great week. He's kind of a sleeper player, maybe an X factor in that wide receiving core, and Marvin Jones Jr. So I know I said 3, but those I think really are probably the top 3 for me that could be players to look out for.
Okay, cool. And in the comment section, I see we got Kobe Montana, Laviska Shenault. Hey, if you guys feel there's a Jag player we need to keep our eye on, hey, put it in the comment section.
Hey,
Josh, what about for you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Running back. Oh, so for me, I'm actually going to switch it up. Okay. Not players, but coaching staff.
Oh, okay.
The coaching staff.
Okay.
That's what we need to be worried about, right? For the past 2 weeks, not just players and anything like that, but coaching, okay? We got now coached in these past 2 weeks of games we played. I'm worried about coaching. I know we've been flat late, and it's kind of weird to say that. I know we say players, but I'm switching it up. Coaching. Vrabel and them got to make sure they locked in. These are games we're not guaranteed to win. As tight and faithful, we know how the Tennessee Titans are. They win games they're not supposed to win, and they lose games that we know they're supposed to win, right? And it goes to coaching. Will Vrabel have this team locked in? Hopefully, right? Will Urban Meyer finally click and say, you know what? I feel like I want to coach today instead of dancing with young ladies at the bar and not being focused, right? So for me, it's coaching. So watch out for the coaching. That's what I'm worried about. Watch out for coaching. What about you, Hawk?
That's some great points, fellas. It really is. So for me, man, I'm going to go with who I think is the best player on the Jags. And those in the comment section, I see kickers. I see a lot of Laviska Shenaults. I'm going with that guy from Kentucky that, learned and sort of was an understudy to Bud Dupree. And that's Josh Allen. Again, the real Josh Allen. The Jags, Josh Allen. Number 41, Josh Allen. The 6'6" defensive end, Josh Allen. This guy here is, his sacks are not going to blow you away. Okay. I think he was like 5.5 sacks. So he's not, he has a stretch where he will have games of sacks and then he'll go 5 games without a sack. Right. But he's an energy guy. And, I don't know if he's going to be lined up on the left or the right side. They kind of switch him up a little bit. And, they put him down as a pass rusher more than playing, on, as a linebacker. They got him as a linebacker, but he rushes the passer a lot. So with Taylor Lewan, will he be ready? Would David Quisenberry be ready, right? Taylor Lewan will be ready. I've had a lot of confidence in Lewan this season. I think Lewan has had a pretty good year. Kind of started early, we're kind of rough, but lately he's been holding it down. And the offensive line even did a heck of a job as well, too. With their blocking. But I just think that, if they cause a threat, Josh Allen would be the guy. The real Josh Allen would be a guy. Until the Josh Allen of Buffalo can score more points and beat the Patriots, and they had opportunities, then you guys lost to the Jags, by the way, too. So this is the real Josh Allen, okay? It's him. So if you're not aware of the Jags, watch the linebacker number 41, Josh Allen. He's a playmaker on defense. That's the one guy. So
I think that's going to be a key matchup. You mentioned that with Taylor Lewan. Like, he had kind of a humbling game against the Cardinals where Chandler Jones kind of showed him up a little bit. But I think he had a good reset, and he's been playing pretty well. So that'll be a good one to watch out for.
That's right.
Hey, Jax, I agree with that. In the next 10 years, if we can pull that off.
Yeah, Urban Meyer was a gift to you guys, right?
Yeah. I don't think he'll stay. Honestly, you know how Urban does, man. I think he likes to go back to college. I feel like he want to go back. Yeah. USC, maybe? I don't know.
Well, now, they just hired that guy from USC.
Oh, they did.
I think what's so weird about Urban Meyer, I think if he would have left, he would have already been gone because there's prime positions out there now. So I would say he's one and done, but I don't think so. I think Jacksonville will have him for another year or two.
Right.
We'll see.
Right.
I can see that happening.
Yep. Right. 30 times Bills lost to the Jags because they don't have. That's facts.
That's a fact. And in Durka Time, if you watch, I know you've watched our show for a long time. And we always appreciate the support, Durka Time. Real talk, But that's one thing we've always told the Bills fans that you guys can't run the ball.
Rico.
Yep. Yep.
Rico.
Nor can they stop the run. And James
Nope.
Robinson, did a hell of a job against them, and he did really good against us too. But I think he had the best running game against us more than any other running back this season. It was James Robinson.
Right.
Yep.
And Pig Weekly, hey, Julio due for touchdown. Hey, I speak that to manifest that.
Yep.
That.
That's
so
right.
CJ says CJ's been around the channel since our week 1 game. Hey, salute.
So he's laughing. He's laughing at us while he's typing this, right?
I know he is. I know. That was a
Hey.
show, man. We were confident. So
Yeah, we were. I think we were more confident about that game than any other game. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
So in
We thought
Arizona,
we had it in the bag. Oh, we got it. Now we got embarrassed.
And they're right now the
happened
best
with
team in
that?
the league.
What happened with that Jets game? Like what
Oh,
happened
man.
there?
Hawk, you were there. Talk to us.
I was there live, Andrew. So, as I mentioned a bit earlier, Vanderbilt Hospital, which is the hospital here in Nashville, was full of Titans players, right? And we did have Derrick Henry. He had like 40 carries and went to overtime, so the Titans fought. But when you have Josh Reynolds and Nick Westbrook-Akina as your number 1 and number 2 receiver, and just a lot of, I'm gonna say a lot of, we still had a lot of injuries even at that game, and the fact play calling was not really good. Just a multitude of things that took place. Just a bad game. Every team has a stinker. Okay. We've had 2, but every team has that. Every Super Bowl team that wins has a game like, how did they lose to them? And so it was just a bad game, bad game.
Mark Jones said it. He said it. There was injuries. We didn't have our receivers, and we was in the red zone like 4 or 5 times and couldn't score. So it like you said, I think this is a season of, like you said, every team has laid an egg somehow, and every team has almost beat a team they're not supposed to beat. Case in point, the Jags. Hey, I was so happy when y'all beat them. You just don't know.
Yeah, that's right. This is a funny comment by Mark Jones. Corey Davis knows our offense. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Is he lying though? Is he lying?
He's not lying. James Robinson is in the doghouse. You know why? Because he keeps fumbling. He's fumbling his butt off lately.
Andrew, can you elaborate on that?
Elaborate on that.
It's all about Urban Meyer, man. He's playing favorites with Carlos Hyde, because Carlos went to Ohio State, and Urban. That's my theory on it. I could be wrong, but there are the fumbles. But I mean, come on, Aaron Donald. He's stripping the ball from James Rob. Aaron Donald's one of the best defensive players in the NFL. I mean, so I'm not surprised that happened. It's James Robinson's 2nd year in the league, so I cut him a little bit of slack just because he doesn't make those mistakes a lot. So you got to give your best player the ball, man.
Yeah.
And Carlos Hyde, he's been in the league for a while, but he's a 3rd down back. He's not number 1. So that's my theory on it.
Aaron Donald body slammed James Robinson too. Body slammed him, man, like WWE style. I was like, wow. Yeah.
That was crazy.
CJ, as he said, I was laughing, but I also show respect to a worthy opponent and great team. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate that, CJ. We do, man.
Mark Jones said Corey was snitching, man.
He was snitching, man. He was snitching, man. He was. So what I want to do on this part here, guys. Okay, so, and Andrew, I will ask you a question as well, too, after I ask Jacques this question, okay? So Jacques and I have been going back and forth on the reasons why the Titans have lost. And those in the comment section, I want you to be as active in this regard, okay? And I'm going to give Jacques and I both about a minute or 2 to answer this question. And then, Andrew, I'm going to ask you a question about the Jags in this same regard, too, okay? So in this section of the show, we've never done this, but we're going to start doing this. It's called Boom! State your case, all right? State your damn case. All right. Now, okay. So Jacques and I have been talking about why the Titans have lost. Now, I'm not saying that he thinks this or I think this 100%, because I think we both say it's a culmination of both, but one outweighs the other. Does that make sense? What I want to say. Okay. So I've been on the fence and I've been saying the reason we've lost games is because of injuries / lack of talent, because you got to have players in there to fill those spots. It has been a lack of talent while we've lost games, and we can keep losing games if we're not careful. Jacques has been on the fence on coaching, play calling, those things as being a factor and being the main reason why we've lost games. So those in the comment section, I'm going to ask Jacques right now to state his case. Boom, I'm going to have him state his case, and I want you all to state your case as well, too. So, Jacques, state your damn case, bro.
All right. So everybody knows we're injured, right? We got the longest injury list, about as long as my hallway. Okay, my house, and my hallway is very long, right? My point to goes to coaching is because I look at it this way: you have a first-time play caller, okay, in Todd Downing, all right. And I knew this was going to happen. You're going to have some bumps in the roads when you have a new play caller, okay? Vrabel likes consistency, okay? He likes to keep everything in-house, so he hires from within. And he says, hey, Todd, we want you to kind of recreate what Arthur Smith did last year, okay? Now, we can say defenses have gotten better. Defenses are playing more two single high safeties. But I go back when I look at the King, right? The King was on pace for 500 touches, all right? 500 touches, which has literally sit there and ultimately got the King hurt, right? And Mark Jones, I'm going to say this. We know we got injuries, but I'm going to get to a point. When I look at teams like Green Bay, and we know they got Aaron Rodgers, right? When I look at other teams that like the Packers, the Patriots, for example, got Josh McDaniels, right? Bill Belichick. Now, these are great coaches. These are hella coaches. But the lack of talent, and I'm not saying they're not talented, but Hawk, you've always said this. The Titans have the greatest, we're the best team in the AFC, hands down, from top to bottom, right? Hands down. When I look at the Patriots, if we were to have our full arsenal, I would say, hey, we'll be in it, right? But I go back and I look at throughout the season when I'm looking at our offense, right? We've had Julio and AJ there for a while, and I'm a season ticket holder, so I've been at every game. I've seen this, even with the Arizona game. We came out flat. We bragged about this. We got running backs. We got 2 wide receivers. We got AJ. We got Julio. In my mind, I'm like, okay, that's cool. But if you understand football, it's going to take them time to build chemistry, especially with Julio. It's going to take time. It might take a couple of games. It might even take a year, right? You already had chemistry with AJ. But when I'm looking at this offense, everything looks off. Everything looks off. AJ's off. The offensive line is off. Everything kind of took a step back. Okay, I can blame that on injuries. I say, oh, everybody's injured. I can say that. But also I can say, hey, what's going on with coaching? What are we doing? Why is everybody kind of digressing? Yeah, they're hurt. AJ don't look comfortable in this new offense that we have, right? We know AJ's specialty is to come across the middle. You haven't seen that a lot. I look at some of the runs that even the King had. The King usually makes his bread and butter on the outside, right? And I'm taking injuries out of it. I'm talking about when we had these guys, right? When I'm looking at the Henry, even the Jets game, I go back to the Jets game. Now, the Jets were playing really, really physical. Really, really physical when they were playing. But the King didn't look comfortable. He didn't look comfortable. I'm looking at him run. I'm like, okay, the King looks a little off. And this is pre-injury. He looks a little off. He's not himself. Okay. I go back and I look at games last year. The King looked comfortable. He's running zone runs, right? We know he makes his bread and butter. When you pitch him that ball, he's running down that hill. Boom. Can't nobody touch him. Can't nobody tackle him. Can't nobody touch him. We took more shots last year with a mediocre receiving core. Khalif Raymond on play action. Now, we know the King has a lot to do with that, right? But you take him away, all of a sudden, boom, boom. We're not running the play action like we used to. You know what I mean? The King masks a lot of these problems that we've had. When the King went down, what do you do when the King goes down? It shouldn't be no reason why you say, well, we can't win without the King. No, I have backup plans. My backup plans to say, okay, I got AJ and Julio. If they go down, I have to have another backup plan, right? Lack of talent does that, but also, hey, we got to figure it out. Now, I'm just talking about the times where we did have those players. I'm taking out the injuries because I know with the injuries, we don't have the talent. We're not winning games. We've seen that, right? We understand that. But I'm talking about when these guys were here, when we had Henry, when we had Julio, when we had AJ. AJ's supposed to be the premier receiver for this year. He's supposed to get 10 targets a game. He's supposed to get this. This is what he was supposed to do. Now, him and Tannehill still got chemistry. It's not like they didn't have chemistry, right? We're not doing play action. We're handing off to Henry. I'm at the games. I'm sitting by my partner. Shout out to Big Mike. And what does he say? Hey, guys, we're about to run the ball. Okay, run it. Hey, guys, we're about to run it again. Run it. Now you're in a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. You're not opening up the playbook. Now, I was hoping it was going to change prior to the injuries. But I'm going to say this. Once the injuries happen, I can give them an excuse. I'm like, okay, y'all don't have the injuries. Now, I can't give you an excuse if this offense still looks the same when the King comes back, when A.J. Brown comes back, when Julio's healthy. When you have your full arsenal and you're still doing the same thing, boom. I'm going to tell you something. I was talking to my partner. Shout out to Ford. He's a Colts fan. And it's hard to get opinions from a Colts fan, but I'm just taking my bias out. I asked him, I said, what is your game plan to do? And I can even ask Andrew. Andrew, when the King is healthy, what is your inkling as a Jags fan or a coach to say, who do we stop? Who is the ultimate goal to stop is the King, right? Everybody in the league knows this. You stop the King, you stop the Titans offense. You stop the King, you stop the Titans offense. You stop the King, you stop the Titans offense. Well, in my mind, get to it. We got 2 other weapons too. So, Hawk, I'm stating my case. Prior to the injuries, when we had some healthy receivers and the King, the offense had a bump in the road, but I expect that because Todd Downing is new. I feel like it's going to get better next year. I feel like you're going to see this offense blossom next year because he has a year under his belt. He knows his players. Tannehill has chemistry with Julio. Look out for next year. That's my case. Boom. Gavel.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to say for me, man, I'm not putting a lot of stock in play calling right now. Okay. Because you have a lot of guys that 4 weeks ago was working at Lowe's, picking up, grass and bricks and rocks and lumber, right, to help customers. Hi, this is Deontay Foreman. How can I help you, please? And then tomorrow on Sunday, they get a call from the Titans. Are you ready? Ready for what? You're going to be starting tomorrow. Oh, crap. Right? I haven't lifted a weight in weeks. Now I'm starting, right? Now I'm about to play. You got guys out there that are free agents, low draft picks, practice squad guys from other teams, right? We're signing guys from other teams, and they're starting the same week, okay? Injuries have made a big impact on the Titans. We have the most injuries of any team in NFL history up to this point. That's the trend that we're at right now, okay? So I don't like making excuses. I don't, right? Because at the end of the day, it is the next man up mentality. But you are a backup for a reason. You were on the practice squad for a reason. You were bagging groceries at Kroger for a reason, okay? So to me, you're really stretching it as thin as you can. I think the coaching hasn't been that bad. We want to do some play action. Fine. With who? Who are we going to have going down the football field on a speed route? Who? Nobody, right? We have guys that are special teams guys that are wide receiver number ones. We got guys that are wedge busters on the punt return that's starting at running back, okay? All of our skill players have been hurt. Derrick Henry is out for the season right now, okay? Derrick Henry is the second leading rusher in the NFL right now, and he hasn't played in like 6 weeks, seems like, right? Man, I missed the King. Sorry, y'all. I missed the King, right? Second leading rusher in the league. That tells you the impact that Derrick Henry has had, and we haven't had that, okay? We're signing guys. We just signed Jordan Wilkins. We're trying to plug holes right now. We are literally putting Band-Aids on bullet wounds, literally, and we're still bleeding. That's why we've lost. We've lost because of lack of talent. We can blame turnovers, but again, you're throwing it to receivers who are not used to catching the football as often, so they're going to fumble more. Running backs are going to fumble more. I'm not surprised of our turnovers. I'm not surprised. Ryan Tannehill's trying to look for somebody. They're not open, and then the receivers running the wrong route. Des Fitzpatrick ran the wrong route. Tannehill throws it where he's supposed to. It was picked off. I think it's injuries. And then with injuries, who are you filling that with? Some low-hanging fruit here. Not a lot of talent. You know what I'm saying? And these guys, I hate to say this, man, they probably I would say they probably wouldn't start for the damn Jags. I'm just being honest. I'm serious. Andrew, I'm sorry. We've had lack of talent. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, man. And I'm not trying to make excuses. I really am not trying to. But at the end of the day, you got to write on the board, okay, why are we losing? You can't say nothing. Okay, so let's lean towards what? Injuries for me. So,
hey, I'm gonna say this too. 99% of the fans are gonna go with what you said. I'm fine with that. But I hope you're right, Hawk.
Okay.
And I hope I'm serious. I hope everybody in this comment section is correct. I'm gonna say this. When we come to playoffs, when we get the whole arsenal back, I hope I'm looking for downfield shots. I'm looking for the King to act the fool. I'm looking for Julio, because when you hype this up at the beginning of the season, then we're going to see Julio, AJ, and the King. I know we injured, but I'm talking prior to the injury. So,
but prior to the injuries, y'all, We were the number 1 team in the AFC.
We were winning. I mean, hey, I would take it. But I also say this. I would say this. And I'm going to be honest with you. I love the king. But the king is down. And when you got the king, you got to pick it up somehow. And I just look at, even with somebody said in the comment section, they said it best. Tannehill doesn't trust his receivers. Okay. Well, he trusts his AJ Brown. I mean, serious. He trusts AJ Brown. You still have AJ Brown. Okay. Yep. That's supposed to be your guy. If you don't trust AJ Brown, something is off. So when my thinking is, if you don't trust AJ Brown, we know you don't trust Julio right now because that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. If you haven't been here, you got to build chemistry. I can get the Dez Fitzpatrick, which we shouldn't have drafted. I can get the Chester Rogers. I can get Marcus Johnson. Even when Marcus Johnson was cool, he had chemistry with Tannehill. When you got AJ Brown out here, and this is almost you coming up on your contract, I think next year, your 5th-year option. That's my target. That's my guy.
Yeah.
So that's just what I'm saying.
I think more people. There's a lot of people that think it's coaching. I even hear it on radio station. I don't think it's 100% injuries.
Well, not 100%, but
right.
I think
I do. Yeah, but I do think play calling is a part of it. You have to, as a coach, that's how you get paid those extra dollars. How can you put players that you already have in the best position to win? So,
I agree. And the side note, I would have liked to go outside the organization and got an OC. Just a side note.
Okay, gotcha.
What do you guys think of Jeff Swaim? He's like he tore us up last time. Caught a bunch of. He used to play for the Jags too, so that upset me a little bit.
Yeah. He's a here today, gone tomorrow type of a guy, man.
Right.
One good game, and then the next 3 games, he won't even have a catch. So but again, lack of talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
You putting a guy out there that probably wouldn't make 30 of those teams. Like he does what he's supposed to when he's out there, but nah. So Andrew, I have a question for you, man. Okay. So the Jags right now have won 2 ball games. They have struggled. And, I know it's a rebuilding year. Jacques mentioned earlier about the defense. The Jags defense in 2017 was amazing. Y'all had Ben Roethlisberger ready to quit. He should have quit then, right? the best player on the defense is from Jalen Ramsey from Nashville. You know what I'm saying? And
shout out to Jalen.
And it's been downhill ever since. The Jags defense was amazing. Very underrated defense.
Super underrated.
So, Andrew, I want to ask you to state your case, right? State your case, Andrew. What is going on with the Jags, man?
I think it's an organizational issue, and it's a coaching issue. It's a GM issue. I think they just don't have the right people in the front office and at the head coaching position. I was very against the Urban Meyer hire, just with all the distractions, the toxic college locker rooms that he's led in at Florida and Ohio State, and the scandals and of course the distraction with the viral video and all of that. I just think it was a mistake to bring him in and think that he was gonna bring a rookie coach in with a rookie quarterback and expect that to work. I just don't think it's gonna work. And I think with our GM, who's Trent Baalke, was not very good over in the 49ers. I mean, he had a lot of problems with, Jim Harbaugh, and not a lot of his players are even left in the league that he drafted. Didn't think we had a good draft this year. We drafted a running back in the first round, Travis Etienne, who hadn't even played a snap. He's been out for the entire season. So it's been a frustrating one to watch, But I think it really has to do with the front office and the coaching staff.
Okay, gotcha, man. Gotcha. Cool. Okay, all right. Well, this part of the section, y'all, of the show, we are going to sit you all at the dinner table. Okay, so as you all know, this is the point in time. This is probably my favorite part of the show. We are going to answer the questions that you have given us. We have 50 people in the chat now. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed as well, please make sure you subscribe to our show as well as the JAGROAR podcast. Do that right now. Do it now. So let's fire off these questions. We're going to answer them as quickly as we can. Fire them off. We're going to answer them.
So this is for Jax Briggs. I mean, this is for Andrew. Jax Briggs asked, he said, can you ask your guest how does he feel about Lawrence so far?
So I think Trevor Lawrence, I'm not as worried about his development. I mean, I think he's struggled. He's thrown, a lot of picks, but I think he's a rookie. And what I'm more concerned about is Urban Meyer, and is Urban Meyer going to disrupt his development? Is he going to teach him the wrong things? Is there going to be the blame game? Is he a good influence on Lawrence? I don't think he is, and I hope the Jaguars kind of right the ship and make a change at either the end of the season or towards the end of the season. So I think Lawrence will be fine though.
Okay, nice. So we're gonna go to King Eyes and Hog. This for you. Should we have kept Jonnu Smith?
For the money he was asking, probably not. Now I like Jonnu a whole lot. It definitely would have brought something to our offense, but the Titans put a lot of money on our defense. That's what we needed to shore up the most. And I wish we could have worked out something for Jonnu, no question about that. But Jonnu's getting paid. I think the Patriots probably regret paying him that much, at least at this point.
Right. Okay. Got you. Real quick, Mark. Hey, I hope you're right, bro. That's all I gotta say. I hope you're right. I believe in you, bro. Titans choice. He asked, and I guess it's more for Andrew. Do you think T. Law is the franchise? And I guess he's talking about Trevor Lawrence. And who should the Jags target in the first round?
I think he is the franchise. He's the future of the franchise. I think he could be a generational quarterback. And who should I think the Jags should target in the first round of the 2022 draft? I would say maybe Aiden Hutchinson. We need to beef up our pass rush, and I think he could help fill Caleb Vaughn Chaison's place, because he's just, in my opinion, has underperformed. I think we drafted him in the first round, so I definitely think that's the route we need to go. We need to help our pass rush.
Yeah. Nice. How? What would it take to get Jarvis Landry? Do we need Jarvis Landry?
Yeah. I mean, he wants to sign the dotted line. Come on through, bro. Let's do this, right? Financially next year, the salary cap is supposed to expand a bit. So it's a possibility. Again, it just depends on. I think he could probably make more money somewhere else as a primary receiver, because again, I think we're gonna put our money towards the players that we currently have now. We'll add a few players here and there, but we did that this year, so I think it'll be too much for us for the moment, man.
Right, I agree. Do y'all think the Titans will open up the playbook for Julio?
That's on you, Jacques.
Yeah, they ain't got no choice. You got no choice.
Yeah,
I mean, literally, you got no choice. Go to the back of the playbook, get this man involved. Yes, I think they will open it up, and I think they should open it up. So yeah, definitely. Jay, can I ask, should we go after a big name quarterback in free agency? Ooh, all right, Russell Wilson.
It had to be a trade.
Well, I think is he up? No, he's not free agent yet. No, next year.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't think so.
So Ryan Tannehill's done good enough at this point. I'd still wait. It's not time yet.
I would say wait another year or two to get somebody maybe in the draft and let them sit.
Right.
I like William. I like what William Jones is hollering out. We need Deshaun. Will it happen? I don't think so.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, Russell struggled this year.
He has, dude. He has. He's not getting any better either.
Right. Foster Tate says, what y'all think about Golden Tate?
Foster Tate, are you guys kin? Foster Tate, Golden Tate? Just wondering. That's on you, Jacques.
I haven't seen him, so I really don't know. I mean, I hope it's not like an AP situation, but I like his upside because he's durable and he creates space in the slot. So I think he's an upgrade over Chester Rogers and Jones. Matter of fact, I hope he plays. I hope it's him, Julio, and AJ. And we're going to really see what's cracking in. If he got them, do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
Right.
What about you, Hawk?
It remains to be seen. I said that about AP and Deontay Foreman too. I can't answer that because I haven't seen him yet. You got to see him on the field first.
I don't know. I'm with you. So Devon says, how valuable do you guys think Tierra Tart is in his defense? He's a good depth. Yep.
Very valuable on the run defense and provides blocking as a defensive lineman for the defensive ends to go get the sack. So,
Yep. Jeremiah says, can Dez Fitzpatrick be the next Cam Batson? Hawk, I'm going to let you take that.
No, they're two totally different players.
Yep. Two styles. Two different styles.
Yep.
Two different styles. Dez is more of you throw up 50-50 ball, his height, his size. Dez needs to get in the playbook a lot more. That's where he lacks, in my opinion.
Right.
And he just needs to put in the work ethic. And I think he doesn't have the work ethic. He's a good player, but his work ethic is not there for me yet.
So Cam Basson is like Tavon Austin, Andrew. Very similar. Yeah.
So, Dr. Time. Andrew, this question is for you. If he thinks what's his name? Running back ETN was a good decision.
You know, at first I thought it was okay just because I thought Urban Meyer maybe knew something I didn't about ETN, but when it initially happened, I was like, why are we drafting a running back in the first round? You know, we drafted Leonard Fournette in the first round in 2017, and then we ended up letting him walk, and then we have James Robinson who steps in as an undrafted free agent. He has 1,000+ rushing yard season in 2020. And then we draft a running back in the first round. It was a total head scratcher to me. And then, of course, he got hurt and he was out for the whole entire season. I don't know I don't know if it was a good decision either for James Robinson, because I think now he thinks that the coaching staff is doubting him and he's not the guy. So it puts a lot of things at risk. I think James Robinson, if this stuff continues and he's sat on the bench, he may try to go somewhere else in free agency, and we end up losing him. So it's turning out in my mind to be not a good decision.
Yeah, the Titans. Yeah. I like the Titans. Stanley Wilson, he said, "My boys." Yeah, hey Jags guy,
what's going down, Stanley?
Which running back y'all think will have the biggest game, Hillard or Foreman? He says he's picking Foreman.
This guy, Derrick Henry. Oh, I had a flashback. Sorry, my bad. My fault. My bad. I'm sorry. My bad. I had a flashback. About running against the Jags. My bad. I'm sorry. Who do I think Foreman.
Okay.
Job. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree Foreman, but Foreman scares me when he has the ball in his hand in space. So I would say Foreman. Yeah. I hope it's Foreman, but man, bro, if you don't hold on to that ball, man, we just brought up what's his name, Hawk, from the Colts.
Jordan Wilkins.
Jordan, get in there, man. If you can't hold on to the ball, but I say Foreman. But I like what Hilliard brings in the pass game too. Yep. So let's recreate what we did with the Patriots game with this game. Yep. So Kobe says, do you guys think Julio's a potential one and done with the Titans? I'm going to let you take that, Hawk.
Kobe, I think that's a great freaking question, dude. Contractually, no. Physically, yes. I do. I think, he hasn't been healthy for 3 seasons, man. I was watching the film today. For those in the chat, let me know if you saw some of the clips today. He's not 100%, man. Nope. He's not. He's got a Ben Gay wrap on his hamstring as he should, but that lets me know like he's still not there. And we're asking him to play 5 more games in the playoffs. That's a long stretch to be wide receiver number 1. And if he gets hurt again, it's going to be tough next year, man. He'll be here, but the one and done physically, yeah, it's possible. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Now I didn't think he was going to practice. I didn't think he was going to play this game. But he's playing, so I mean, let's hope, but we'll see. Mark,
I agree as well.
Yeah.
What you think, Andrew?
Julio. I mean, I thought I did a video on this on my channel when you guys signed him. I was like, the Titans have weapons, man. You guys had Julio, you had AJ Brown, and I was like, man, it's going to be a tough Titans team to beat this year. And then unfortunately, you guys lost, Derrick Henry and AJ Brown. When is he coming back, AJ Brown? Is he out for the season or 3 games?
No, he games. He got 3 games.
Okay. So, all right. Well, that'll be good for you guys. But Julio, he's just been hurt. He was hurt, when he was over in Atlanta as well. So I agree with you. I think they maybe the front office makes a decision to just maybe part ways with him.
Yeah.
Right. So and Mark, real quick, getting Henry. Hey, I agree. Let's hope. And will it be the same? No, I got a question for everybody. Will Henry be the same once he comes back in the playoffs? Hawk, Andrew,
no,
will he be the same? That's what I want people to get in their mind, that they think they're going to get the same Derrick Henry when he comes back.
No, he needs
lower your expectations.
He needs more. He'll need more time to heal, man. I don't expect him to, be a vehicle and getting fixed, and then the very next day he's back to like he's a brand new car. No, it needs time.
Right.
Do you think Foreman's going to get most of the work? And when he comes back and Henry just takes a couple carries or.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll do like a 2 to 3 running back type of thing early, and as time goes on, then Derrick Henry will start getting more carries. But I would think that first up front. Yeah.
Ricky Rich asks, do you all agree that our last year's defense would be better for this year because we didn't allow over 21 points last year? I didn't realize that. Maybe. I like the fact that when we had Malcolm Butler, to me he's better than Jack Rabbit. And Malcolm, he will allow a couple of plays, but then he'll kind of tighten up when it's game time. So I think if we had him in the secondary, I think you would see that. But I agree, you just needed a D coordinator last year, and I think we would have been okay. But I like the thought of because you're right, we only didn't allow 21 points. I mean, he's not lying. We just third down defense sucked. Hey,
how do you guys feel about the secondary? I mean, Christian Fulton, like. I think that's going to be an interesting one too. Marvin Jones Jr. versus Christian Fulton.
Christian, and I'm glad you said that, Mark, because Christian doesn't get talked about a lot, but I think he's an up and coming cornerback in this league, and it will be a good battle. Didn't they battle the first time, Hawk, when they played?
They did. I think is that the game that Fulton got hurt?
Yes, it is the game.
He got hurt that game.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
We're confident of our defensive backs with Fulton, Byard, Hooker. Everything else is up in the air, to be honest with you. Jenkins, Chris Jackson, those guys can be exposed. Definitely.
Yep. Bryce Pratt asked, how did Julio Jones look at practice today, Hawk?
He looked like me out there. Looked like me out there. I'm gonna say that. He's got work to do. He's got some more stretching to do.
He's got a lot of work to do.
Yep.
Jeremiah Robinson, this is a great question. He said, would Kenny Pickett be a good fit for us if we could draft him now? If people don't know who Kenny Pickett is, he's the quarterback for Pittsburgh.
With the fake slide.
Yep, he did. He had with the fake slide. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. He's a day 3 guy. It wouldn't surprise me if the Titans kick the tires on him. I mean, he's got a good arm, but I don't think he's the guy. I don't think he's the guy.
Hey, I think Pickett's gonna be picked up early.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Yep. Because this quarterback draft is not good at all. It's terrible. So you got quarterbacks like Herndon from University of Tennessee who might be a 4th round pick in the other years. He might be a 2nd round pick this year because it's just so bad. So
I agree. That's true. That's true.
It's not time yet to draft quarterbacks for us yet. We're not there yet.
Jax Breed. Now I will say this, Jax. I kind of agree with you. He says Titans are quarterback away from several Super Bowls.
Can I comment on this one, Jacques?
Go ahead, talk.
Andrew, tell me if you agree with me on this one, okay? Quarterbacks are hard to come by, folks, okay? You might have 6 good quarterbacks and everybody else is average, okay? So, yes, Titans are a quarterback away from several Super Bowls. Agreed, Jax, agreed. But in front of quarterback, put the adjective great quarterback away from several Super Bowls because we have a good quarterback. We need a great quarterback, and there's not many out there. So quarterbacks are tough to come by, man.
I mean,
I agree. I kind of like the Kenny Pickett move, though. I mean, what if you guys draft him and then have him sit behind Tannehill for like a year? I mean, I think that may be. This is coming from a Jags fan too. I think that may be a good route.
Mm-hmm. And you get a fact
that would piss Ryan Tannehill off.
I mean, he'll have to understand it from a business perspective. My thing with Ryan Tannehill, even when we go, but you can admit this, Hawk. Last year in the playoffs, when you play Baltimore, you do not throw the ball towards Khalif Raymond's way when you have A.J. Brown over there, right? We asked you to be great. We asked you to get us over the hump. Got to give us over the hump. It's almost like the Chiefs. And like you said, and I agree with you, Hawk. You got to find a Patrick Mahomes. You got to find this. But I like what Andrew said is that's why I'm kind of leaning. Draft a quarterback. Let him sit for 2 or 3 years because is Logan Woodside the guy? When Tannehill's gone, is he the guy? Do you want to develop somebody for 2 or 3 years and say, hey, the offense, you good. Now, if they believe in Logan Woodside, then more power to you. But I don't think he's the guy. Yeah. So
I guess for me too with quarterbacks, those are great points. They are because you have those Dak Prescotts out there, 2nd, 3rd round picks that end up being great. But that's even Russell Wilson, Drew Brees. That's rare. If I draft a quarterback, it's gonna be a 1st round guy for me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm like, hey, I'm drafting, and he can sit and watch, right?
I agree.
If Puckett's not a 1st round pick, then I'd rather pick a third round on a linebacker or something. You know what I mean? But yeah,
we'll probably see that. Not this draft. I think next year's draft we'll probably see. But I like that, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Great thinking. Devon says, "How do you guys feel about the special teams play this year?"
What do you think, Jacques?
Minus the two field goals that we missed with the Patriots, it hasn't been bad.
Yeah,
we've created a turnover on special teams. I think you mentioned, Hawk, that Chester Rogers is the. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He was third in the league in punt return.
He was third. So I like special teams. Special teams has been good in my opinion this year. They haven't cost us really no games. So.
Andrew, what about the guy, the kick returner? I know he got hurt, right? He's like the best in the league.
Jamal.
Yes.
Yeah, Jamal Agnew.
Yes.
Yeah, he had that kick six. He had that kick six against the Cardinals.
Yep.
And that was crazy. That's like I've never seen that many times. I haven't seen that a lot. And that was pretty amazing. So yeah, we're good in that sense with our returner. I'm hoping we bring him back next year. And I don't even think he played offense. I think he was a defensive player initially, and then they converted him into an offensive player. So that was kind of interesting. But the kicking game for us has not been very good. We've been, we just got this guy Matthew Wright who hit that game-winning field goal in London. It was like a 53-yarder. But he's been kind of inconsistent, missing extra points. So for us, I don't know. The kicking situation is it's been an interesting one for Jacksonville.
Yeah. Jakeon asks, he says, how long do we keep AJ until he gets hurt too much to trade? I wouldn't say that because he hasn't been hurt from the beginning. Me and Hawk has talked about this. I think AJ needs to lose a little weight because he's too heavy, and that kind of weighs on your muscles. But I think AJ will be fine once he gets his confidence back. Right now, I think it's a confidence thing with AJ. His confidence is shot, and we know what he was suffering with. When we can't say it on YouTube for algorithm purposes, but we all know that he was suffering with a mental lapse. So I think just right now his confidence, and once his confidence gets up, AJ will be fine. He just has to get in there and do your thing, man, and be you. Let's just be you, man. That's all I gotta say is be you. Yeah. Mark Jones, I actually hope you're right, bro. He said Julio is here. We're going for 3 Super Bowls. Well, for Super Bowls the next 3 years, at least we keep them together. Hey, speaking into existence, man. Manifest that for me. Manifest it. Manifest. And you know what? Tannehill is the franchise. Let me say this. I hope he takes us to a Super Bowl, and I hope we win. I hope we do. But you can't do it without the king. You can't do it without the king. I'm sorry. They're a package deal. They're Batman and Robin and Batman. Right. He has to. When he has the king, Tannehill knows not to make mistakes. The king allows that. Without the king here, if the king don't come back, you ain't winning no Super Bowl with Tannehill. I'm sorry.
That's right.
I'm sorry. Right. Y'all can say you can, but I'm sorry.
Titans Rossi was good, bro.
You said what, Andrew? I'm sorry.
I was just saying, I definitely think he takes a lot of heat off of Tannehill,
Right.
Like you said, it's a package deal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Still the second leading rusher in the league.
Right.
Still amazing. Unbelievable.
Hey, these are great questions, by the way, guys.
They are. Hit that like button, folks. We got a few more questions that we'll answer.
And I agree with secondary is better with Amon and Danny. Hey, and you got a defensive coordinator this year, too. Got to think about it. Mm-hmm. I give big ups to Shane Bowen because we gave him hell last year thinking he was the D coordinator. It was really Vrabel. So if I got to give a bright spot on the coaching staff, shout out to Shane Bowen, man. He's turned these guys around. He's got talent too. So and we haven't had a lot of attrition and injuries on the defense besides David Long, who's a key piece of the defense.
That's right.
But I mean, the pass rush, we need Bud Dupree back. But once we get those elements back, man, we back to top notch on the defense.
And this guy here would be a beast. He'll get back to form as far as sacking the quarterback. He's been making a lot of tackles. Period. He's a monster. He's going to the Pro Bowl.
Right.
Watch Jeffrey Simmons. We ain't brought his name up at all.
We sure haven't. Hey, Vaughn, he said, I just saw the mock draft. And Hawk, you spot on with that. You get a fax, no paper. Because
he'll get picked early. Easily early.
But first round pick. I can see the Steelers.
The Steelers. That's what I'm thinking too.
I can see the Steelers.
It's the logical pick.
I can see the Steelers.
It's logical.
I can see the Steelers. Steelers. And Rossi, I agree. It's amazing with that. Right. And minus the, let me say this, minus the 4 picks he threw, which 2 were his fault and 2 were other in the Texans game. He tried his best. I would give him, if I say one game, they say he played terrible, I get it. but at least he tried. He's trying. And I give Tannehill this. He has a lot of heart on that offense where you don't have a lot of people that have heart right now. So that's one thing I do give it to Tannehill, but we need the King back in order for it to just balance out.
We miss you, King.
Man, we do. We do. We do. We do.
Jacksonville's daddy. That's where he's from, Yulee, Florida. You know what I mean? Hey.
We do.
Yep,
We do.
yep.
I'm looking for some questions, guys. Keep throwing those questions, man. Keep throwing those questions.
We'll answer a few more here. Great questions, man. And
Dirk,
these fans, they know their stuff, man.
They do. Dirk, I agree. He'll be fine. It's just I'm telling you, guys, watch for next year. It's what happened to Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith's first year was kind of but his second year is what got him the coaching job with Atlanta. So just watch out. Just patience, man, because next year he'll know what he has. He knows, and I can really see the offensive blossoming and turning into a flower. So
that's right.
Definitely. Hey, J.K. said I see a trade to Tannehill to the Steelers for the first round pick.
Steelers wouldn't do that. Not for a first round pick.
Nah. Okay, so Tommy Davidson, would y'all like at Zach Cunningham?
Andrew, what about you? Would you like Zach Cunningham, the linebacker from Houston that got cut today?
No, I don't know. I think we have some young guys like Shaq Quarterman that we got, who's out of Miami.
That's right.
So I'm a little I was be a little iffy on that. I think we probably pass on that one.
Okay, gotcha, man, gotcha. Bring Zach on back to Nashville, man. We take him here, man.
We'll
we sure would.
We'll take him.
Yeah.
Hey,
thank you,
brother.
What's going on, bro?
Thank you for the super sticker, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Super chat.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Hanko's that's a good dude right there, man.
Yes,
real
man.
Talk. Really good dude. We've met him in person.
Yep.
Super cat, man. Real talk, man.
Salute, Danko. Foster Tate says, he said, what do y'all think about Jordan Wilkins from the Colts? Well, he's a Memphis native. I like him. It's just he's in a crowded running back room, but if he shows upside in practice, bring him on to the active roster, man, and see what we got. But I like him. What about you, Huck?
I need to see 3 carries, then I'll let you know.
Okay. 3.
Yep. 3 carries. And to see where he's at as far as being in shape, physically, all those things. Football's a tough sport to be laying in the bed, going to work every day, and all of a sudden you're in an NFL game. It takes time. So I like the pickup, yes, but let's see the player itself too.
I agree. Durkentine says we ain't getting anything from Tanny. Best to just ride him out until he is unquestionably not good anymore when he looks like Big Ben did last year. And we can do that. We can do that. Hey, Jax, thank you for the $5 super chat, brother.
Absolutely,
we appreciate it. He says, we can't waste this year with Derrick Henry. We need a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Before we get to that,
boom.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Haven't I been saying that for the longest time?
Yes, you have. You've said, let me say this, guys. Hawk has said, and we talk about this offline, he said with the King, with how the AFC is structured, this year would be the Super Bowl year if we still had the King. Without the King, we ain't gonna do it too much. But with the King, oh yeah, if he was still here to this day, yeah. He was on pace for 500 touches. Yeah. But I mean, hey, you gotta do.
Yeah. He's in his prime. You gotta win it, man. When you have damn near a Hall of Fame running back playing in his prime, you gotta win. You know,
right?
Think about Andrew. Think about the Jags, Calais Campbell, Jalen Ramsey, all these guys you guys had and couldn't win it. Went to the AFC Championship, right?
Like Bortles.
And look what's happened since then.
Miles Jack wasn't down, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
But we should have found a way to keep a lot of those great players like Calais, and I was devastated when we lost him. We traded him. I thought that was not a good move.
Hey, you're right. I've seen this comment several times. Jakeon has said it. I know JS75 has just said it. How do y'all feel about us working out Jalen Smith? I haven't heard that.
I'm good, man.
Are we working him out?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's a question or he's saying that's what we're doing.
No. Let me see. Let me find the comment.
Okay.
JS75. What's up, Titans? Tighten up. I've heard Titans are trying out Jalen Smith.
Wow. So
I take.
Wow. Interesting.
Then that tells me David Long must be. He must not be coming back.
Or Rashaan Evans or something.
Or Rashaan Evans. I know Rashaan. They said Rashaan Evans practiced today, but that's because Monty Rice is out. That makes sense. Monty Rice is out, and David Long. Yeah. If his injury is more stringers than what it is, then yeah, I can see that.
That's right. I know they tried to sign Will Compton, but the Raiders took him. Yep.
So salute to my sister. Hey, salute to my sister. Okay, sis.
What's going on? What's happening?
Okay, she says at Jaguar, if Trevor Lawrence is the franchise player, who's the X factor for the Jags? Okay, who told you? First of all, sis, who is feeding this in your head? Who is feeding this in your head? So salute to my sister, man. Hey,
what's going down? What's happening?
So I guess it's a question for you, Andrew.
Yeah, I think excuse me, I'm blanking on his name. James Robinson. Just had like a brain lapse there. I think he's the X factor. I mean, I think we need to get him the ball more, and I think it's kind of could be turned into or morph into one of those situations, right, where the same kind of thing with Tannehill and Derrick Henry, right? Like, you have that kind of package deal, and I think with Trevor Lawrence, if he has James Robinson, he's definitely going to take some of that heat off of Trevor and work the running game and kind of open it up for some of those play action deep passes by Trevor Lawrence.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Hey, great answer. Salute to sus. Wow. Lurker Time says Jalen Smith worked him out today and didn't sign. So they signed Wilkins and some DB. Okay, so they worked him out today.
So my answer when I asked, I was like, I'm good. I don't know if you heard me answer that.
Right.
I'm good. And then like I'm straight on that because Jalen's not he's not talented.
Right. And he didn't get a stint with who did he get signed to? The Packers, and he couldn't do nothing with them. So maybe it's a system thing. I don't know. I don't know. So Lurker Time, as soon as J-Rob and Braves heard Zach Cunningham was going waivers, they said pass on, and that makes sense. And I can see them. They're probably pushing right now to try to get Zach.
I agree. That is a fact, Durker. That is true. They trying to break Zach. Yep.
And the ties to Vrabel, the ties to the Texans, it makes sense. It makes
and the ties to Nashville.
And ties to Nashville. Went to
Vanderbilt. He knows what's up. He knows what's up in Nashville.
Yep. Hey, Titan Rossi, we agree. Me and Hawk have talked about this. Andrew, if y'all don't want him, we'll take him. We'll take him.
No way. No way. No way.
We would definitely take him off your hands. I mean, if y'all don't want him as Duval Nation, we'll take that play from y'all.
That's right.
If y'all get him, you're definitely winning the Super Bowl.
Oh yes.
I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yes.
It's over.
Oh yes. Hey, Jax Briggs saying Jalen Smith would just be for depth.
That's true.
I can see that. I can see that too. But I like Cunningham in that situation.
Me too.
His length, his size, his ability to stop the run. I mean, I can't do it.
Right.
So
we'll go for two more questions, y'all. We'll go for two more.
So Mark Jones said he will be. I think the second week of the playoffs, they said he'll be here. And I did hear that he is in the facility rehabbing and he's been around the team. So I just don't expect him to come back healthy game one. Maybe if we can make it to the AFC Championship, I would increase his load by a little bit. But you don't want to get him rehurt. That's my biggest fear is getting him rehurt. Just wait him out, and he can come back even more better next year. And prepare next year because I like I said, I just got a feeling, guys, that next year is going to be even. If let me say this, we still got a shot to make the Super Bowl. Sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. I mean, how do you feel about that? How does everybody feel like? Do you feel like the Titans? And this is for you, Andrew, too. Do you feel like the way the Titans are getting healthy? And I will say they're in the latter part of getting healthy, and I feel like they'll have a majority of everybody back in the playoffs. Do you feel like the Titans are still Super Bowl contenders?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, when I made that video, I was saying you guys have weapons, and when you're at full strength, I think it could be a dangerous combination there with Julio Jones and AJ Brown, and then you have Derrick Henry in the mix as well and Tannehill. That's a hell of an offense. So and I think like you said, your defense was a little banged up. So I think when you have some guys come back, you'll definitely be Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What about you, Hop?
So I absolutely. I mean, again, just based on who's on the field. I mean, if our players on the field with the best team in the AFC, and that's already been proven, that's already been done. Everything that's already happened, we were the number one seed, and even with all the injuries, and though we've lost games, we've won enough to be the number 2 seed currently right now. So, I'd say this too. You guys know who is in the nomination for Man of the Year in the NFL from the Tennessee Titans?
Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm. Derrick Henry does a lot of volunteer work in Nashville, man. Salute. Hey, man. That's the king right there, bro.
Salute. He's still winning awards while he's hurt.
That's right, man. On his off day. That's right.
On his off day, he's still killing it, man. So I guess it's a question. Tommy Dixon says, "What's wrong with Ryan Tannehill?" And anybody, Andrew, Hawk,
he's
what
got
you got?
me, you, and Andrew at receiver. Go ahead, Andrew.
I was gonna say if you get pressure in Tannehill's face, I mean he'll make mistakes.
He will.
So if his line isn't blocking well for him, he'll panic. He'll throw the ball in the double coverage. He can run. He can run, and I mean if he can get out of the pocket, and he has some space, he's actually not bad. But with the turnovers and fumbling, that's where that could go bad as well.
That is true.
I agree. His pocket presence is not good at all.
It's not.
I agree 100%. His pocket presence for Tannehill has been a problem, and it continues to be a problem. And I think he should use his legs a little bit more. And
so he can do this a little bit more, right, Jacques? So he can do that a little bit, right?
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Stanley, thank you for the $10 super chat. He said, I don't have a comment. I just want to hit a boom before I go to work.
Okay, all right. Sounds good, bro.
RIP to Young Dolph, man. Once again, shout out to the M, man. But hey, Hawk, let's do it.
Thank you, bro. Boo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stanley. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Stanley. Appreciate it. But no, I just think, like you said, Tannehill's throwing to you, me, and Andrew, and then also he's dealing with a new offensive play, a new play caller. I mean, he's just doing it with just new stuff. And I think, like I said, he'll settle down next year, and I think the turnovers will come down, and I think everything with receiver wise will settle. And I think we'll add a little bit more pieces with receivers too, like the Jarvis Landry thing. But I think we'll probably look in the draft, and maybe if Golden Tate can do what he do, he might be fine. So,
all right. So we'll go with one more question. Who else we got out there?
Hey, still looking. And Mark, and I agree. We've won games. That's just what counts. We've won games. But you still have to have some criticism there. You can't win them all.
Right.
We have to call out, hey, boom, boom, boom.
That's
but
right.
Hey, I'm with you. His legs is one of, and I think he needs to utilize his legs a lot more going down the stretch because he's an extra weapon too as well. So,
this guy does too, Andrew.
And I agree.
Be more versatile as well in his play game. I've seen him throwing silly interceptions, man.
Mm-hmm. And me and talked about this too. We need a tight end bad. We need one bad. Hey,
so
Zach Ertz would have been cool. I would have took the trade. I was kind of hesitant at first, but I think we should have traded for Zach Ertz just for extra tight end and blocking and an extra weapon. We don't.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. It came up into my because I was thinking we would target him as well, but we need a tight end badly.
Yeah.
Right. So. And Mark, hey, I agree. But when you throw into a pep rally too, decision making.
Yep.
Like I said, some hasn't been on him, but some I've been at the games. I've seen him throw one. I was like, why did he throw that? So.
One thing I wanted to mention is we don't have DJ Chark either. He was out for the entire season with the fractured ankle. So our wide receiving core is just like it's just tough for them to get open and get Trevor help. So
I agree.
That is true.
I agree.
I agree. That is true. Yeah, Chark's pretty good. And he was getting better too every year. He was getting more confidence. And I've seen games. The last time we played him, he lit us up. He had a really good game. So yeah, he's good. He's a good receiver.
Right. JS75 said, how much cap will it be if we sign Cunningham? I think you got to claim him off waivers, and I think he only hits like 270,000.
Right. That's right, Jacques. It ain't much.
Now I did hear they do have a $10 million injury clause on him. So they I guess the Texans pulled out insurance on him or whatever, but it's not a big hit on the cap. It's just what I've heard is the garbage teams get dibs first on claiming them, and then they go down the list. So I guess that's what's happening now, and I guess they're calling the Texans. He's a good player, blah blah blah. So hopefully we can claim him, but let's give it about at least 2 or 3 days, and we'll see if we can claim him. Let's do it.
I think a decent or a good team would pick him up before a team that's not going to make the playoffs because
I agree.
He has character issues right now. He's late to practices and late to taking C-19 shots. Though he's late to everything. That's what they're saying, and so. A bad team's like, man, we don't really need that right now. We're trying to rebuild right now. Somebody else could be like, we can just borrow you for 5 games to call it a day. We're good.
Right. Oh, I got a question. And this will be the last question. How many will the Titans win out? Or B, how many games will the Titans lose? So we win out, and if we don't win out, how many games will the Titans lose? And this is for the this is everybody. Everybody. I'll start with you, Drew. Can the Titans win out? And if they can't, what games will they drop? And I can give you our schedule real quick. I know we got y'all. We have the Steelers next, right, Hawk?
Yep.
We have the Texans again. We got the Dolphins. We got the 49ers. Am I missing anything?
Did you say the Texans?
I did. I said the Texans.
And that's it. That's it. Those are the 5 games.
Yep. And in this order, I can give you the order real quick. So we got the Steelers after you guys. We got the 49ers, and then we got the Dolphins and the Texans. Can we win out?
I think the Steelers and the 49ers may give you some trouble.
Yeah.
You know, if the 49ers can get Deebo Samuel back, you know, that could be an interesting game. Their defense, 49ers defense is, you know, if you can get Henry going in that game, I don't know if he'll be back by then, but if you can and get the running game going, that could be a win for you guys. I think it'd still be a tough game. And I think the Steelers game will be a little tough for you, but I could see you winning the rest of those games.
Cool. Okay.
I see a lot. Before you get started, I see a lot of fans are saying the Niners. So what about you?
I'm either 4-1 or 3-2. For me, honestly, it just depends on who's on the field for us, right? I hear the 49ers. I do think that's a situation as well too. I think the Miami Dolphins is the other team. I don't know why. I really feel like we can beat the Steelers. You know, because their quarterback doesn't scare me at all. But you know, Miami has won 5 in a row, and defensively, Miami is a problem on defense. Okay, and they are very opportunistic. They get a lot of interceptions. So I think Miami and the Niners will. I actually think we will lose before the Dolphins over the 49ers. The 49ers are inconsistent, and they're dealing with some injuries too right now to their offensive players. So what about you, Jacques?
So for me, Hawk, I look at our pattern, right? We beat teams that we're not supposed to beat, and we lose the teams that we're not supposed to lose. Now, me and Hawk talked about this. I was kind of nervous for the Miami game because of their defense. And like you said, they're coming on. Their defense, I think people don't give them enough credit for their defense because of their offense is so bad. But I think defensively, they pose a problem. The Steelers, I think that'll be a W. I just think the Steelers are just too inconsistent, and I just think right now how Big Ben is playing, I think he's just ready to go and get away from them. The 49ers is a toss-up because of Deebo Samuels, but I'm like you, Hawk, they're too inconsistent, and it's just too inconsistent. So I'm looking at maybe like 4-1, or even with 3-2, but I'm literally looking at 4-1 with us might drop into Miami. It's kind of weird to say, but I just feel like Miami is just the way they're playing. They ain't got nothing to play for, so they just we out here playing, and they tend to play us good. And are we playing that in Miami, or are they playing here?
And it's here.
Okay, good. Because every time we play in Miami, Miami scares me. I don't want to go to Miami after the what? Well, how many overtimes was it? 7?
Yeah, something like that.
7 overtime. We win in seven overtimes. Longest game played in NFL history. I don't want those problems no more. So, hey, I like the stretch. Let's get to the playoffs healthy. That's just what I want. Get to the playoffs healthy, and let's get in. It's 0-0 at that time. So
that's right.
Do you really think Miami will give you guys that much trouble, though? I mean,
just how the Titans are. I don't trust them when it. I thought we were able to trust them, but they proved me wrong with the Texans, and I just with them, you got to just be ready, be on your toes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
one more thing. It's confusing, but it's something like that. It's weird. It's very weird. When I read the tweet and when I heard about it, I was like, what? So
yeah. D09 motivation was good. He's like, yeah, we're still live, man. Yeah, we are. We're about to end the show though. We're about to
wrap up, man.
Yep.
About to wrap it up.
Yep. Well, we appreciate you coming on to the show anyway, man. Hey, long work day, man. I understand, brother. I do, man. I do. So yeah, well, folks, that ends the show, y'all. As always, thank you all for joining in to our live chop up, man. We love the show, man. We love the interaction that you guys have as well. We also want to say thank you to Andrew, man. He's been a great guest. He knows all about the Jags, man. Anything you want to say, man, Andrew?
Just thanks for having me, guys. I mean, I know it was kind of last minute, and I know this was kind of a little bit choppy with some of the technical issues on my end, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being gracious and we kept it civil, even though it's a rival. You know, it doesn't always go that way, but I appreciate it. And you guys are great at what you're doing. You guys got a great show. So if you guys are interested in learning more about Jags content, this is the Jaguar podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at Jaguar Podcast, and my podcast is on pretty much every podcast platform, and I'm also on YouTube as well. So thank you guys again.
Hey,
Good
absolutely.
stuff.
And again, like Hawk said, again, Andrew, we appreciate you coming on to the show. Like you said, last minute, but we like these shows. We love these interactions with other teams, man. So, hey, next year, holler at us. Come on back onto the show, man. And,
All right.
and we
Absolutely.
definitely get it. But, hey, you know your stuff. You know them Jags. You've been a Jags fan since the beginning, just like we've been Titans fans since the beginning. So, good luck Sunday. And, hey, thank you once again.
Good luck to you guys. Thanks again.
Absolutely. So we're gonna do our post game as well after the game, of course. Really be that Sunday or Monday, and we're going to invite Titans Torch. Check us out when the post game pops. It'll be the live chop up with him as well too. Check him out on Instagram. That would be great. So if you want to check us as well, of course, on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. You can also check us out on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7. We are also on Apple and on Spotify, so you can check us out there as well. If you search for Tennessee Titans Weekly Podcast, we are on Apple. We are on Spotify if you want to listen to it from an audio perspective.
And as I say every show, once you do check those platforms out, subscribe. Also, subscribe to Andrew's channel, the Jaguar podcast as well. And when you do, hit those notification icons because it lets you know when we post content and it helps the algorithm. And also like the show when you do subscribe and watch the content. Hey, let's get to Sunday. Let's beat these Jags and take it one game at a time. Let's get healthy. Let's get to the playoffs. And let's ultimately get to this, what we want, a champ, right? We want a Super Bowl. So let's do it, man. Tighten up.
Tighten up, man. Tighten up. And folks, as we always say, again, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We hope you have a great week. I'm gonna go out tonight, man. We'll kick it with that boy Urban Meyer, man. We're gonna kick it tonight, man. Urban's in town. What up, Herb? What's up, bro? All right. as we always do, man. Folks, to you and yours. Facts.
No paper.